There is no loneliness sadder than that of man without friendships.
You're waiting. You think you're waiting for the economy to get better, for your boss to finally give you that raise, for one lucky break. This is a lie you tell yourself. The truth is, you're not waiting. You are hiding. You are hiding behind a moral code that was designed to keep you poor. A psychological prison built from false virtues like fairness, hard work, and hope. It guarantees you will spend your life at the mercy of others, begging for scraps from the king's table, negotiating with a reality that has no interest in being fair. It ensures you will stay broke, exploited, and wondering why your suffering never earns you a gold star. But what if you stopped hiding? What if you stopped begging for a seat at the table and decided to build the entire castle yourself? What if you stopped negotiating with reality and started issuing it commands? This requires a profound psychological shift. It requires you to murder the version of yourself that hopes, serves, and endures, the peasant. And in its place, install the operating system of the prince. The prince is not a figure of birthright. He is a symbol of a ruthless psychological framework for conquering one's own destiny. The prince doesn't hope, he plans. The prince doesn't serve, he commands. The prince takes, he builds, and he rules. If you are easily offended, click away. Go back to the comfort of the lie. But if you want to know why money always seems to flow away from you, stay. We are not going to talk about budgeting apps. We are going to perform psychological surgery. We will identify and dismantle the 7 laws that form your prison and replace them with the cold, hard, and effective framework of the prince. This is not about feeling good. This is about winning. It's time to stop being a pawn and become the master of the game. Law 1, the illusion of fairness. The foundational law of your poverty is the belief in fairness. You were taught that if you play by the rules, you will be rewarded. So you spend your life cataloging injustices. You seethe when a less qualified colleague gets the promotion. You rage against a rigged system. Your entire emotional energy is consumed by the gap between how the world is and how you think it should be. This is the peasant's plea for a cosmic justice that will never be answered. You are negotiating with reality, and reality does not negotiate. The prince knows the world is not a court of justice, it is a theater of power. He understands that words like fairness and deserving are the vocabulary of the powerless. They are appeals made by those who have no leverage. The universe does not reward the good, it rewards the effective. Instead of seeking fairness, the prince seeks advantage. He doesn't waste energy complaining about the rules. He learns them, masters them, and then twists them to his benefit. He internalizes the cold, amoral truth that money does not respond to need or fairness. Money responds to value, and power responds to leverage. While the peasant burns with righteous indignation, the prince asks a different set of questions. How do I become the only solution to a very expensive problem? What skill can I acquire that is so rare that I can command my price? How do I build a system where I am no longer begging for a wage, but commanding a premium? The peasant sees a rigged game and cries foul. The prince sees a rigged game, studies the mechanics of the rigging, and becomes the one who owns the casino. Abandon the search for justice and begin the hunt for power. Stop asking for what you deserve. Start taking what you can command. Law 2, the fallacy of effort. The second law holding you captive is the glorification of effort. You've been sold the lie about the nobility of hard work. You wear your 60-hour work week like a badge of honor, as if the suffering itself is the achievement. You trade your finite life force for a fixed rate, believing the only way to make more is to work more. This is the donkey doctrine. You are the strong, reliable animal pulling the cart, proud of your labor, while the owner of the cart profits from your exhaustion. You have confused motion with progress. The prince understands a brutal truth. Effort alone creates exhaustion. It is leverage that creates empires. The prince doesn't work on the hamster wheel of trading hours for dollars. He works on building systems that operate without him. He works on applying leverage. There are 4 forms of leverage you must master. People. The oldest form. Having others work for you. The peasant does the work. The prince hires the peasant to do the work. Capital. Using money to make more money. The peasant saves coins. The prince borrows the peasant's savings to buy the entire farm. Code. Creating software or systems that work for you 24/7 with zero marginal cost. The peasant learns a task. The prince builds a program that automates it for thousands. Media. Building an audience. This script was written once. It will be seen by thousands. The work is done once. The payment is perpetual. Your goal is not to be the hardest worker in the room. Your goal is to be the one who profits from the hard work of 100 rooms you aren't even in. Stop measuring your worth by how tired you are. Start measuring it by the results you command. The poor spend their entire lives being the machine. The wealthy spend their lives building it. Which one are you? Law 3, the poison of hope. The third, and perhaps most insidious law, is the sickness of hope. You live on a diet of it. You hope the market goes up. You hope your side hustle takes off. You hope you get chosen. Your entire financial strategy is a wish list sent out into the universe. Hope is a psychological sedative. It feels good, but it is a passive state. It is the abdication of control. When you hope, you admit the outcome is in someone else's hands. You are a passenger, hoping the driver takes you somewhere nice. The prince rejects hope. He sees it for what it is, a strategy for fools. The end of hope is the beginning of a plan. A plan is active. A plan is aggressive. A plan is a declaration of war on chance. The prince does not hope the ship comes in. He builds a navy. While the peasant hopes for the best, the prince plans for the worst. He stacks redundancies. He never relies on a single income stream. A peasant with one job is one bad day away from ruin. A prince with 5 income streams sees the loss of one as a mere data point. Stop wishing and start wargaming. What is your plan if your main source of income disappears tomorrow? Not your hope, your plan. What are the 3 biggest threats to your stability? And what specific actions are you taking this week to neutralize them? You must trade the warm blanket of hope for the cold steel of a strategic plan. You stop being a lottery player and become the house. Hope is for the masses. Planning is for the conquerors. Law, the suicide of niceness. The 4th law is a cultural lie, the tyranny of being nice. You believe being agreeable and accommodating will be rewarded. You say yes when you mean no. You undercharge because you don't want to seem greedy. You are so afraid of being disliked that you have made yourself cheap. This is the peasant's smile, a mask worn to appease those in power. It is a survival strategy, not a victory strategy. The prince understands a fundamental law of power. Niceness is financial suicide. Opportunity is not attracted to agreeableness. It is attracted to value, strength, and scarcity. When you are always available, you signal your time is not valuable. When you are afraid to ask for what you're worth, you signal that you don't believe in your own value. In the game of wealth, it is better to be feared and respected than it is to be liked. Liked pays you in smiles. Respected pays you in currency. The prince is not needlessly cruel, but he is ruthlessly protective of his boundaries, his time, and his value. He creates friction. He says no. This scarcity makes him powerful. Think about it. The most sought-after leaders are not available 24/7 for a low price. They have waiting lists and high fees. Their inaccessibility is part of their value. You must kill the part of you that craves universal approval. You must be willing to be seen as difficult, as expensive. When a client complains about your high fee, the peasant offers a discount. The prince calmly agrees he is expensive and suggests the client might be better served by a cheaper, less effective alternative. Stop being nice. Start being valuable. Stop being liked. Start being respected. Your desire to be everyone's friend is the enemy of your financial sovereignty. We are dismantling the prison. If these points are resonating with you, if you feel a sense of uncomfortable recognition, good. It means you are waking up. Most people didn't make it this far. They clicked away when I told them fairness was an illusion. They clicked away when I told them their niceness was a weakness. We don't need them. Wealth is exclusive by definition. This channel is dedicated to the ruthless psychological truths about money and power. If you are committed to this journey, to eradicating the peasant mindset, do two things. First, subscribe. We will not be serving you platitudes here. We will be sharpening your mind into a weapon. Second, go to the comments and write, "I am building the castle." It's a declaration. A first step in rewiring your identity. Now that we have cleared the room, let's tear down the next pillar. Law 5, the prison of comfort. The fifth law is your addiction to comfort. Not just physical, but psychological comfort. The comfort of the familiar routine, of avoiding risk, of social approval. You stay in the dead-end job because leaving is uncomfortable. You avoid the difficult conversation because it's uncomfortable. This obsession with comfort is the most expensive habit you have. The prince understands the supreme law of growth. Comfort is the currency of your future, and you are spending it every day. All greatness is forged in the crucible of discomfort. Therefore, the prince actively seeks calculated discomfort. He sees it as a training ground, the discomfort of learning a difficult skill, the discomfort of pitching a bold idea and facing ridicule, the discomfort of investing a significant sum into a calculated risk, the discomfort of firing someone or cutting ties with a negative friend. He willingly accepts temporary pain as the non-negotiable price of admission to the life he wants. While the peasant enjoys the fleeting comfort of a new car on a 7-year loan, the prince endures the discomfort of driving a 10-year-old car while plowing every dollar into an asset that will one day buy him a fleet of cars. You must see comfort as the enemy. Your growth begins the second you step outside your comfort zone. What is one thing you can do this week that makes you deeply uncomfortable, but moves you closer to your goal? Go do that. The pain is temporary. The power you gain is permanent. The future belongs to those who can endure the cold. Law 6, the weakness of visibility. The sixth law is the belief that visibility equals value. You have been conditioned to post your goals, your progress, your small successes. You believe broadcasting your intentions will attract opportunity. This is the peasant's cry for attention. It is born from insecurity. You are showing your hand to everyone, including your enemies. You are making yourself predictable and therefore controllable. The prince operates by the opposite principle, the ghost mindset. He builds in stealth. He moves in silence. He knows true power is invisible until the moment it strikes. Visibility attracts three things you do not want: envy, competition, and taxes. By building in the dark, the prince cultivates a massive advantage. He knows what he is building, but no one else does. This protects him from copycats and saboteurs. He doesn't post about the business he's going to start. He launches it when it's already profitable. The mantra of the prince is own nothing, but control everything. He is the quiet force behind the scenes. The less there is to attack, the safer the empire. Stop seeking validation through visibility. Go into ghost mode. Your goals are for you, not for an audience. Work relentlessly, but work quietly. Let your results be the noise. The peasant shouts his plans from the rooftops. The prince builds his castle in a hidden valley, and when the walls are revealed, they are already 50 feet high. Law 7. The trap of a single lifetime. The seventh and final law is the trap of the self. The peasant's financial horizon is his own lifespan. He thinks, how can I save enough for my own old age? His financial planning is a finite game. This is a peasant's goal. It is fundamentally limited. The prince does not think in terms of a lifetime. He thinks in terms of dynasties. He is not building a nest egg. He is building an empire. His planning does not end with his own death. That is merely a milestone in a multi-generational strategy. He's playing an infinite game. The prince obsesses over structure. He builds legal and financial fortresses designed to outlive him. He knows the shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations. Proverb is a statistical reality for those who lack foresight. He designed systems to protect the empire from the very heirs who will inherit it. Access to the fortune is governed by rules and performance metrics. He has built in a system that rewards the princely mindset in his descendants and starves the peasant mindset. This requires you to stop thinking about what your money can do for you tomorrow and start thinking about what your system will be doing in 100 years. It shifts the goal from personal comfort to perpetual power. The peasant builds a sandcastle that the tide of time washes away. The prince builds a granite fortress, stone by stone, designed to withstand the storms of generations. We have dismantled the 7 laws of the peasant's prison: the illusion of fairness, the fallacy of effort, the poison of hope, the suicide of niceness, the prison of comfort, the weakness of visibility, and the trap of a single lifetime. Be honest with yourself. How many of these are supporting the walls of your own life? This prison is made of thought. What was constructed can be demolished. The choice is now brutally clear. You can continue to be the peasant. Wait for a savior who is never coming. Hope for a fairness that will never arrive. Remain a footnote in someone else's story. Or you can begin the hard, uncomfortable, and lonely work of becoming the prince. You can trade hope for a plan, niceness for respect, and comfort for power. You can learn to move in silence and think in generations. This is not about being born into royalty. It is about staging a psychological coup d'etat on your own mind. The difficult part is not the how. The difficult part is the who. Who must you become to execute this? You must become the outlier who is comfortable in the cold. The person who sees the world not as it should be, but as it is. The power to change your reality lies dormant within you. It is the sleeping prince,